So when it comes to the top fighters in the Straw Hat crew, we know who the Emperor and the Monster Trio are. Well, new Monster Trio. But after those guys, which one of these people falls like next in line as the next strongest Straw Hat? And shout outs to Gary because he was asking if I could do a video on how strong Franky is because he doesn't think that Robin is stronger than him. And I figured I'd rather do a video talking about what each of these guys can do because I think they're all in some weird ways equal, they just do completely different things. Let me show you what I mean. So we already know that Franky's a legit powerhouse that can take down very strong dudes. And while his physicality is definitely up there, the main point of his strength is his technology, like with radical beams, which are dangerous enough creatures in their own right that Vegapunk was like, yo, stop the Seraphim test because he might actually kill one of these things with it. And then on top of that, he has a Gundam, like just a legit Gundam. And based off of his current wanted poster, which just, shows the Sunny, there might be way more that Franky can do that we're just waiting to see. And when you compare all the power that he's able to output to what it is that Brook can do, it's like very clear that Brook is nowhere near as strong as Franky is. However, he doesn't need to be because his skills lie in a completely different skill set. This guy has soul powers, like he can make his soul come out of his body to do other things, astral projection. Even one of the main things that we always see him do with this devil fruit is put people to sleep when he's playing music. And the reason why he's able to put them to sleep is because since he's in tune with his soul and he can use soul techniques, he can interact with your soul with the music that he plays and lull your soul to sleep. That's why these people are passing out. Likewise, with the chilling effects that spirits have, that also gives him access to ice abilities, letting him literally chill people with the winds from the underworld. So he don't gotta be physically strong. He's messing with your soul directly, and there are very few people in the world of One Piece that can even do that. Those people being Sugar, who just has to touch you, Uta, who you just have to listen to her sing, and Big Mom, who can just take your soul if you fear her. And to a lesser extent, Law, because we know he's switching your heart, but he's also putting your consciousness in a different body. And when it comes to the soul abilities that he's capable of doing, Franky and Robin do not have any way of combating that because they don't even have Haki. Which even begs a different question. I'm not even sure if Haki matters to his devil fruit because Haki doesn't do anything to your soul. Regardless though, you see the difference between how Brook is strong and how Franky is strong. But now let's look into how Robin is strong. Because in a way, she's a combination of the two. It's just that her strength feats aren't as great as Franky's and her utility feats aren't as great as Brook, but she can do both of these things. And she does them both very well, let me show you. For starters, she can whip out giant techniques so that she can do a lot of damage even though she's a little person. And while she's not as physically strong as Luffy, so I'm not saying she can do the same things he can do with Gear 3rd, she is strong enough when their ship was careening toward the bottom of the ocean, she was able to make two giant hands push the Sunny off the ground. Look at the size of the Sunny and look at how big the arms she just made in a couple of seconds are. Keep in mind, Franky Shogun fits on the Sunny. So despite how strong and impressive Franky Shogun is, Demonio Floor is way bigger than that. And even before Demonio Floor, the giant Robin that she makes is bigger than that. And on top of making these giant limbs, she can also use Fishman Karate through them. And then what makes this even more busted is the fact that speed is useless versus Robin, unless I guess you're a Logia type. Because with the way her devil fruit works, all she gotta do is look at you and make arms spawn on you. It's an auto hit. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. So if you don't have Haki and you're up against Robin, you have to deal with the giant limbs and giant forms that she can make, which eclipse even the Sunny. Which, for reference with the mass, sits higher than the Wall Maria in Attack on Titan. Meaning these limbs are ginormous. She can literally grab over Wall Maria in Attack on Titan with these hands. And each one of these hands are capable of Fishman Karate. So even for somebody like Franky inside the Franky Shogun, the rippling effect that Fishman Karate can do would hit him anyway. Brook has a lot of crazy soul techniques, but she can literally make arms come out of his back and just pop his arms out of their sockets and just make him stop playing the violin. And I'm sure Brook is not as fast as Hakuba is. So while pound for pound, I think Franky has stronger techniques due to Radical Beam, which we know can even severely damage a Seraphim. I think in terms of raw physical power, Robin is definitely stronger than him and Brook. To have Beast to be able to do stuff like this, reaction speed and technique to be able to catch fast characters like Hakuba like this, and even the ability to do internal damage with Fishman Karate like this, and then you wrap all that up and put it inside Demonio Fleur, which is literally just a Titan Robin. I do think that Demonio Fleur Robin is stronger than anything Franky can do, minus his Radical Beam. And it's quite possible, since Egghead's not over yet, that Franky might walk out of this arc with something that puts him a little ahead of Robin. Like the Sunny maybe, because the Sunny is taking his place on the wanted poster right now. So unironically, there are people in the world of One Piece that think that Franky did turn himself into a ship. And then there's Brook, who's like so far removed from the conversation in terms of strength, but also in terms of ability, because what he does, nobody else in the crew can even fathom what it is he's doing. That's why he's the MVP so much. It doesn't matter who you are, his abilities are annoying to deal with. If you need some type of technical ability to get around something, Franky's the dude you want to go to instead though. But if the monster trio are not around and you need some like raw power to take somebody down, Robin is the person that you would go to.